Happy Monday, everybody. Thought I would come on and show you how I apply a set of our 100% real nail polish strips from Color Street. I've had some new customers reaching out, and I've shared some images, but maybe a video would help. So be sure to leave me your feedback and let me know if any of these tips were helpful. I've already gone through and prepped my nails. I took my nail polish off. I broke one putting away a luggage that I had out this weekend. So I did cut them all down. One tip that I have is that before I take my nail polish off, or my nail strips with the non-acetone nail polish remover from Color Street, I actually cut my nails down and then do the filing and shaping. And then I do the, or use the remover. I don't know why I started doing that. I think it's partly because when I take my nail polish off, I know that my nails are not as thick because our nail strips do have, a base coat, a top coat, and then the nail polish in between. So it helps, I guess, so that maybe they're not as brittle. But anyway, I've been doing that a long time and realize that's kind of a nice tip for others to maybe know. So I did remove my polish, and then I went ahead and already put on the Color Street nail strengthener. I just did one coat of that. It's been at least a half an hour since I did that. I do that so that it has time to dry before I put my nail set on. I do have a cuticle oil out here we might use. I have the Ridge Filler Nail Primer, but this needs to be on bare nails, and since I already put nail strengthener on, it wouldn't be a bare nail, so we're skipping the Ridge Filler tonight. And then I have my plumping top coat, which I absolutely love, which I will be putting on top. This just helps kind of seal everything in. It's not anything that's required to use our nail strips, but I like it because it gives it a gel finish, which I love. I do have my nail clippers out here. These are Color Street ones, still available, come in a nice case. I keep one in my Color Street bag of nail stuff, supplies. I have one in my travel bag, probably one in my purse, and then I've got the lotion out. Anyway, nail buffer, I've already done that. I do have a nail file, but we can use the one that's in the package. This is something that I use. It's a rubber tipped cuticle pusher. And then the other end is just plastic. This might help a little bit with perforating around the nails. So anyway, let's get started and I'll show you how I apply my nail strips. Oh, I even use this to open it up. And in your package here, you'll get 16 different nail strips. You'll get the prep pad, just like an alcohol wipe, and a mini nail file, okay? And then we do have our nail strips here. Set that aside. Okay, so they come in a clear sleeve. This is Boughs of Holly. I wanted something red and sparkle for holidays coming up, so we're gonna do that. I'm actually gonna skip the prep pad. If any stylists are listening, they might frown upon that, but I did just put the nail strengthener on, so we're gonna skip. Anyway, we're gonna put our nail strips out here. I do have my Color Street matte, rubber mat to silicone, I guess it is, that I like to use when I'm doing my nails. So, and I know because I've been doing my nails like this for over 4 years, I know that what each strip I need for each nail. You'll get the hang of it if you grab different sizes each time, or maybe you're not just doing one set. Maybe you're doing a combo with 2 or 3, and you can use a thumb one on a pinky and then just cut it down. Some will use double or use the strips from each end. I don't always do that either. Again, I have so many nail strips, I don't necessarily need to save them, but all right, so I know that I don't use the smallest one, so I'm gonna actually set those aside, but I don't put them too far away in case I need them to do any patchwork or anything. So I start with my pinky, and I'm right-handed. I always size it up, even though I know this is the right size, but I'm actually gonna put it on my right hand first. And you'll see, I'm gonna go pinky, pinky, ring, ring, and so on. So clear piece comes off. We're gonna grab this, and I'm actually gonna use this white backing. There's paper side and a wax side, and you maybe can't see it in the camera, but there's a shiny part that this was stuck to. I'm gonna use this as an anchor. Okay, let's see how this works. So I'm gonna lay this down. I want you guys to be able to see it. So what I do is I line it up just to the back of the cuticle, okay? And then I try to just kind of push it down a little bit towards the cuticle. And they do stretch a little bit. So see, I already need to lift it, which you can do if it hasn't been on there for long. This is different to do with the camera. I didn't quite get all the way, but that's okay. I'm not even gonna worry about it, honestly, because, oh, there we go. It did stretch. You can stretch them a little bit, just be careful not to rip them. Of course, if you rip it, because I'm using the anchor method, this part here is on the wax part paper. I could use this, and why don't I do that so I can show you guys. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So I'm just gonna lay this down, and then I can take my rubber side of the cuticle pusher and just kind of help work it into the nail, okay? Just to help make sure that it's secure on my nail. Now, I'm gonna take my thumb. This is one of the other tools I'm gonna use. I'm gonna keep the nail strip on the backing using that anchor method. I'm just gonna perforate that. We won't worry about the extra right now. We'll get that in a minute. Now we have this piece. Whoops, looks like I curled it over, but that's okay. I'm gonna peel that off, and I'll show you how you can get even more out of your nail strips. So we're gonna just move this a little bit, and we're gonna still use that anchor method. Okay, hopefully you guys are seeing this. And I'm gonna lay this as close to the cuticle. Okay, work my way around with my thumb. Let's go ahead and take the anchor off. I'm just gonna give it a little tug, and then I'm just gonna work it down with my thumb. And you don't even have to use one of these if you don't have one. If you want one, let me know. Otherwise, they're available on Amazon. And then we're just going to use my thumbnail to get the edge that is over the skin. You don't want to leave that because that can lift up your nail strips. Okay. We're just going to clean that up a little bit. Okay. We're not going to worry about that. And then I'm just gonna fold it over just a little bit. And I like to just kind of still work my thumb around it. I probably take more time than I need to. Honestly, it doesn't take much. Okay, there we go. Pinky's done. And I used one piece, one nail strip so far. So you can do the other ends depending on how short your nails are, of course, or how long they are. Okay, and we're still just have that little piece, but I'm still not even gonna worry about it. I'll get it with the nail file. Okay, so we're gonna move on. So I don't need that piece anymore. I know that I skip this one. I know I use the next one for my pointer, so I'm gonna wait on that. These ones are for my ring finger, okay? So again, taking the clear piece off, and I'm gonna use the anchor method here again. Okay, I'm gonna lay it close to the cuticle without touching the cuticle, but if you do, that's okay, you can clean it up. And then work your way around. Just rub it on, okay? And then take your nail like this, okay? There we go. That one's done already. And I'm gonna not use this piece, and I'll show you how I usually do it. So I'm gonna take the other one now that was the same size, because I know that that fits my other ring finger. Take the clear coat off, and then I'm gonna use the anchor method again. And I'm gonna show you what I do when I use the cuticle pusher to help take the excess off. So again, I'm gonna lay it down, work it around. If I have the rubber cuticle pusher, I can use this to help push the dry nail polish down to my nail or onto it, okay? Sealing in the edges close to the cuticle. You can even take that off. I'm showing you guys a few different ways that I kind of do this. And I don't even do it the same every time, okay? Now, I do have a little bit extra hanging over my skin here, if you can see that. You can take, I start with the rubber side, and I just I push it into the finger along the edge there so that I know that it's sealed on the edge of the nail. Let's do that over there too. Okay, hopefully this isn't too blurry for you guys. Okay, and then you can take the plastic end, that's the thin end, and work it in there. You don't have to push hard, but look, it's separating there. And just take this and slightly work that extra piece off, okay? Easy enough. All right, that cleaned that up. And now you'll see why I work my way from outside to inside, because I'm using my nails, or excuse me, my thumbnails the whole time. So now we're on to the next one, middle finger. So again, I always do it because it's habit. I know it fits, but I size it up anyway. Okay. I'm gonna lay it on here. I don't normally have it up in the air. I'm gonna do this so that it's a little bit easier for me. I'm just gonna lay that down, okay? I start on the one side, I work my way to the other side, and then I already can see that it went over the edge, and I know that that one's just a little bit bigger for my nail. So I end up trying to get it on that side so that I can use my thumbnail to get that extra off. Work it around. Okay, how pretty is that? Love it. I love all the glitter. All right, next one. If you guys have any tips, please comment when I get this posted, and you guys let me know if you've learned something else along the way, or from another stylist, or maybe just another customer that you can share as well. Work it around. Take that backing off, the anchor. I love the anchor method. It just helps so I don't get fingerprints all over the other end if I do want to use it. Just helps secure it too. Okay, that one's good. We'll have a little cleanup there. Let's just get that now. Work the edge. I have a cat that's yelling outside my office door, and I'm really curious if you guys are gonna hear it in the video or not. If you do, that's Maxwell. Mom's been in her office all day working, and now she's doing her nails, and he wants to know why. But he can't come in here because he likes to eat my nail file. Okay. All right, so. Okay. Now we're gonna do the pointer finger. Lay that on. I did get a little over the cuticle, that's okay. Again, these are so easy. If that was paint, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I gotta take out the polish remover and get a brush or a Q-tip or something, and then I end up touching the nail, and then I end up taking off the nail polish. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now I can just clean it up. Easy. Of course, I have dry skin too. We'll get that later. Okay. I'm gonna get this little piece here. So these fit however I need them to. And with 16 different nail strips, you can size it to whatever you need, okay? Now, this doesn't usually take me super long to do my nails. I'm doing some different methods with you guys, so for anybody that has asked me, you know, if you can do your nail or how long does it take to do your nails, when I say 10 or 15 minutes, I mean 10 or 15 minutes. Of course, we're at 16, almost 16 and a half minutes now, and I'm already almost done. It really doesn't take long. Okay, and I have short nails tonight. They were really long, getting really long, and I don't know, I'm somebody who, if I can hear my nails hitting the keyboard or my phone when I'm texting and I have to switch to voice text, which doesn't always turn out very well, then I tend to cut my nails down. Of course, my nails grow fast, so if I do want them long for some occasion or a certain nail set that I want more of the design to show up, I'll let them grow out. But ever since I've been using Color Street, they grow so much better and using the nail care products. All right, now we're gonna do the thumb. So I'm gonna show you when I get to, once I have a nail strip on the thumb. You're probably wondering, well, how are you gonna use your thumb? Well, I won't. You can, but it does take a little time to cure, so I'm really gonna use this. I have been known, if I didn't have this for some reason, now it's just always in my bag, I've used the cardboard too. I know it's weird, but I don't want to wreck my nail, right? So I can improvise. Okay, so that's laid nicely. And we're just gonna, I can use my thumb on this one because my left hand doesn't have a nail strip on it yet. Just gonna get that all cleaned up nicely. I just work my way underneath the nail, peel that back. That one was the really short one because that's the one I broke. That didn't feel great. Okay, so pretty. Okay, last one. So we're gonna lay this, okay. Now I am gonna use, well, let's do it this way for now. Lays nicely. Because I use the nail strengthener too, and like I said, I put that on, I let that sit for about a half an hour before I do my nail strips, just so that it dries. And the nail strip will stick to that quickly, right? So if you try to lift the nail strip to move it a little bit to adjust it, it more than likely will rip because you can't move it once it's stuck to that nail strengthener. So if you were to lay the nail strip down and it doesn't, maybe you miss an edge or something, go back and grab those pieces that you didn't use, lay it over the top and patch it in. You're not gonna see it, especially on something like this. If it's a design that might be a little different, then you might wanna grab a different nail piece and put it over the top or whatever. But All right, so we're gonna work that around. These are really nice to use, you guys. And I'm gonna use this too to take the excess off on the end. No, I take that back. I'm gonna show you guys another way of doing it that I used to do for each nail. So we're not gonna worry about that. Okay, so I have the excess here, and you can do this on every nail. Again, you could use the nail file that came in the package, right? I just happen to have my Tokyo Lights one out here. So whenever you are using a nail file with your Color Street nail strips on, don't go side to side. Make sure that you work your way down. The nail strips, it's 100% polished, so it's still curing. And if I were to file upwards or side to side, it's nail polish, right? So it could gather up, I guess is probably not the right word, but you can ruin the nail strip there. So anyway, I just gently file down, and you'll see it perforated, and I can just pull that apart, okay? Hopefully I'm explaining that all right. And I can even take the nail file and just lightly go this way, and you can see I already perforated it, and I'm gonna grab my cuticle pusher. Just gonna grab that excess off the skin, okay? And then I'm gonna do the same on this side, just lightly right along the nail. I'm just gonna run it through. You can see separated there. I'm just gonna pick this off, and I'm only picking up the polish that's on the skin, not on the nail. Get that little piece off. Look how fun that is. So easy to clean it up, okay? Beautiful. Now, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna use the less coarse side of the nail file, and I'm just gonna lightly go around the corners. I've already shaped my nails. Remember before I even took my polish off my last set, I already clipped them down, I shaped them, and again, now I'm only working that nail file down. I'm not going up and down, I'm not going side to side. I'm just lightly going down with the nail file over the edge of the nail. And then you can see, if it's not too blurry, there's a little excess there, and I can just easily pick that out, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm going to just lightly go through each one and get any excess off, okay? Just checking it. You don't want anything bubbling up or, whoops, see, and now I said I wasn't gonna go side to side, but I see that little piece there. I'm just gonna file down, okay? The corners are a little different because it's hard to go up and down on those. Just get the little bit of edge. I'm gonna work my nail file around the edge of the nail. Try not to do too much, just lightly, because I just want to take the excess nail strip off, not any of the nail. I've already shaped them to how I want them, except for the one I broke. All right. I didn't know how much I would show you guys, but this is kind of fun, and hopefully it's helpful. Okay, not bad. Again, super pretty. I don't usually wear a lot of red, but Christmas time is fun. Especially when it sparkles. Okay, just lightly getting that excess off if there was any around the edge. And then I switch to the other hand. And there isn't much, because when you take that nail strip off over the edge, you're working your thumb, or I do, right under the edge, so there shouldn't be much to get there. Looks like I've got a little piece there. We're just gonna, here we go. Okay. Get the corners. Lightly work down. Oh, it's so pretty. All right. Hopefully this is helpful, you guys. Hopefully you learned a tip or two. Let me know if you have questions. If you come across this video on YouTube and you're interested in the nail strips, I will have my contact information. And you can also find my VIP group on Facebook under Angie's Nail Shop. All right, okay. Even a broken one, not so bad. A little misshape, but that's all right, we're gonna leave it. All right, okay, so I'm all done with that. They look good, they're sparkly. Got a nice little mess on the mat, but that's why I like the mat. Now, I would suggest waiting just a little bit to put your plumping top coat on, but I'm gonna go ahead. If I wreck my nails, I can do them again, but you could go wash your hands right away. The one thing I don't do right away is put cuticle oil on, because if that gets underneath the nail strip, that might lift it a little bit. The plumping top coat doesn't, it's pretty forgiving. Some people have asked me, well, why are you putting wet top coat on your 100% dry nail polish strips? Well, I really like the shine. I love the gel look finish. And this bottle has lasted a long time. I should, next time I open one, I'll have to date it, or maybe track how many times I use it or something, but you don't need much. I just keep it in my bag, and it helps my nail strips last a little bit longer too. Not that I really need help with that, because I'm changing them every week, which 7 to 10 days is what Color Street says. Okay, just a thin layer. And you maybe can't see, well, maybe you can see it. It just gives it a little extra shine. This one's pretty glittery, this strip. So I just put one coat on, okay? If I'm doing a solid, I might put 2 coats on. My bottle's getting a little bit low. Just gonna put a thin layer on, okay? Just a little bit more, and we're gonna call that good. I'll do my right hand, but I want to just get this one done so I can show you guys, since it's been almost a half an hour since I started the video. So there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Boughs of holly, so pretty. And you can kind of see the difference. I can, maybe you guys can't with the camera, but it's just got a little extra shine to it, and it'll thicken it up a little bit too with that gel finish. Okay, that's the plumping top coat. And then later tonight or in the morning, I'm going to use this cuticle oil because Minnesota winter and dry skin, so that'll help. Okay? All right. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. Have a good night.